guys, my name is King K Live and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining me. Today is my YouTube debut. Thank you. So I wanted to talk to you guys just a little bit about my BBL journey. So for those who don't know, a BBL is basically doctors go in and they take out the fat from the places that we don't want it. So from your stomach and your back or your thighs, your arms, wherever. And then they can put that fat back into your ass. And that's what I'm about to go do. I am 6 days pre-op, which means that I am 6 days away from surgery. So as I'm like closing out the end of my BBL journey, like as I make it to the table, I really wanted to go back and kind of help out the dolls that were still in their planning process. I know how hard it was for me when I was trying to navigate my way through this process, so I figured what better way to give back than to make this video just to kind of help you guys who are still in that planning process and kind of tell you how I chose my surgeon. So I am from Chicago, born and raised, so if I seem like a thug, it's because I am. Originally I was looking at doctors here in Chicago. So I went on 2 consultations with 2 really well-known surgeons in Chicago, and the pricing, sis, the pricing. I went and I got 2 quotes. Both of them were around the $10,000-ish range. Now, I have coins, but I ain't got coins like that. Not to be walking around with no $10,000 ass. I don't, sis, I don't care. And it wasn't even a good ass. Like, I don't spend $10,000 on no mediocre ass. Now, I can't do that. So, I was really discouraged. I really wasn't sure like what to do or how I was gonna afford it. And one of my friends recommended that I look into doctors in Miami. Now, I had no idea about Miami surgery, Miami surgeons, anything. So I was like shocked when I started reaching out to these doctors in Miami, and I was getting quotes for like a fraction of the price of what I had gotten in Chicago with way better work. So basically, to get a quote from a doctor that like you can't just go and see in person, so it could be in Miami, it could be in California, it could be in Toronto, it could be wherever. So basically what you'll do is you'll go to the website of whatever clinic it's for, and you'll fill out like an inquiry form. Basically just like your name, your phone number, your email address, blah, blah, blah. Someone will get back to you and they'll give you like a list of questions about how old you are and how much you weigh and what you're looking to get done. And in most cases, they'll have you send pictures so that they kind of know, like, you know, what they're working with. So I ended up sending off my my pictures to 2 different clinics in Miami. They made me send them a front, a back, and both sides. And I chose to do mine naked. Lucky them. And I was able to get quotes from both clinics in Miami. So one of the quotes that I had gotten was for like, no joke, like $3,000. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God. Like my heart was like rejoicing, and I didn't know what to do. Mind you, I had just gotten a quote for $10,000 in Chicago. So you can already kind of see the price difference between Chicago and Miami. But when I talked to the clinic and I was like, okay, great, like, well, who's gonna do it and blah, blah, blah. They really couldn't give me like any information on the surgeon himself. I guess it was like someone new that they had just like onboarded, and they really didn't have any examples of his work, and I just wasn't comfortable with that. And it's like, my wallet was like, sis, go do it, sis, it's $3,000, it don't matter. But in my heart and in my mind, I'm like, nah, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this without knowing who it is and what I'll look like when I get off of the table, and no. So they tried to pass me along to another doctor in the clinic, and he was cool. Don't get me wrong, like pricing was cool and everything. I did look at like the clinic's page, and I looked at his personal Instagram page, and he was an okay doctor. Don't get me wrong, like I'd seen some good work, but in my opinion, he was just super inconsistent. Like super inconsistent. Like one girl would get off the table a bad bitch, and then the rest of them would get off the table like, sis, what did he do? Like it wasn't gonna work for me. So I think rule number one would be to find someone who's going to be consistent, period. So I did some more research, and I found Dr. Kagan. Dr. Kagan is at Jolie Plastic Surgery. And I was so excited when I found him because he came up in all of my searches when I was looking for Chicago doctors. I think Dr. Kagan is originally from Chicago. So when I saw his name, I was like, oh my God, this is great. Like, this is like the Chicago name that I can like trust, except I don't have to pay these Chicago prices. Like, I can get these Miami prices and it's gonna be great. I really started to like deep dive into his work and seeing like different dolls on Instagram and on YouTube and all these different places, and I was like, you know what, I like Dr. Kagan and I like the work that he does, but I don't think that that's the kind of look that I'm going for. So that's rule number two. Find someone whose work you actually really like. Like, find someone whose work is like your personal body goals, because typically when you choose a surgeon, that surgeon has a signature look, and that's the look you're gonna end up with regardless of what you tell that surgeon. In most cases, you're gonna look like the kind of girls that he does. So once I realized I wasn't gonna go to Dr. Kagan at Jolie, I did continue to look within the Jolie practice. So I had narrowed it down to Dr. Fisher and Dr. Hassan. At that point, I was doing like as much research on the both of them as I could. I was looking up like YouTube videos of all the girls that had gone to Dr. Fisher and YouTube videos of all the girls that had gone to Dr. Hassan. I looked on Instagram, and I was looking at like Dr. Fisher's Instagram, and he's an amazing surgeon, like amazing. And I was like trying to like dig and find work for Dr. Hassan. So basically what helped me make my decision was looking at the types of girls that both had worked on, because I really liked both of their work. And honestly, like I said, I'm going in 6 days. So if for whatever reason I couldn't go to the surgeon that I chose, if I had to go to the other, it'd be fine. Like, I'd be okay with it. I only chose Dr. Hassan over Dr. Fisher because I do feel like Dr. Fisher, again, he does amazing work, but I feel like he does better work for bigger framed dolls. So for me, I'm pretty petite, I guess. It's like a polite way to say short. I'm like 5 even or 5'1". I'm probably like 140, yeah, we'll say 46 because I just ate dinner. 146 pounds. So I feel like my overall frame, in my opinion, was just better suited for Dr. Hassan. So that's rule number 3, is find someone who you feel will do the best work for your body type. Now, each surgeon has their own requirements, their own list of like things that they need done. So for Dr. Hassan, which is who I chose, he has a BMI requirement of 32. So basically they take your height and your weight and they calculate it to get your BMI. I do believe that Dr. Fisher's BMI requirement is a little higher. And then of course other doctors in other practices, they just kind of range all over the place. So that'll definitely be a part of your decision. So that's kind of rule number 4, is find a doctor whose requirements you meet. Or find a doctor whose requirements you don't meet and then work to meet those requirements. Now that I had chosen Dr. Hassan, I spent a lot of time really just kind of like researching him and trying to find more dolls so that I could kind of get a better idea of what my overall results would look like. So I did join Real Self, which is pretty much it's like a surgery social media, but it's really kind of like a Facebook. Of girls who have gotten all types of plastic surgery. So you can filter it by what type of procedure you're looking for, and then it'll just pull it up. Like if I typed in Brazilian butt lift, the BBL, it would bring up all these girls with all these different testimonials across the country. So Real Self is great if you're like a beginner trying to figure out what you'll need for a BBL or kind of what to expect for a BBL, but it's not very good for finding results for the surgeons that you're looking for. There's no way to filter by surgeon. There's no way to filter by clinic. There's no way to like tailor it to what you need. So although I had decided that I was going to go with Dr. Hassan and I knew I was going to go to Miami, I was still seeing dolls in like New York and Toronto and LA and all these other places that I didn't necessarily need to see. So I did go back to YouTube, and YouTube kind of led me to join the surgery community on Instagram. So there is a entire surgery world on Instagram, and it's been so helpful. I have learned so much. I have made great friends. It's been amazing. But in the beginning, it was really hard for me to break into. I would request all these girls. I'd find all these Hassan dolls. I'm like, okay, can I see, like just me from my King K Live page. It's like, hey, can I see your ass? And I would never get accepted. And like, I just didn't understand. I'm like, why does no one want to show me their booty? Please just show me your ass. But eventually I realized that like one of the huge rules in the surgery community is that most surgery pages only add other surgery pages. So if you want to get a part of the surgery community on Instagram, you have to make a surgery page. And it's not hard. Like literally you just take whatever doctor you've decided on and then you make a page with that information and then just add other pages. So that leads me to my next point, number 5. Constantly do your research. Constantly, like find different avenues to get the information that you need. So be it through Real Self, be it through YouTube, be it through Instagram, be it through Facebook, like constantly be looking for like new news or new results from the doctor that you've chosen or the doctor that you have your eye on. Once I was able to find all of these Hassan dolls, like my decision was solidified because all of them were gorgeous, are gorgeous. Like I have never seen a bad Hassan doll, not one. So choosing Dr. Hassan does not come without controversy. While many surgeons have many different types of discrepancies, unfortunately there was a doll who lost her life while she was one of Dr. Hassan's patients. It's so unfortunate. May God rest her soul and heal her family. But please understand that all surgeries and all surgeons come with risks. So that is my number 6. Please understand the risks that you're taking when going through with this surgery. Anything could happen. Literally anything could happen. So please understand what you're getting yourself into. So I don't think that it's fair for girls to like, well, I can't go to Dr. Hassan because that girl died and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, sis, I understand. Like, do what's best for you and like do what's gonna make you feel comfortable. I'm not telling you not to be safe and not to do your research, but I am saying don't exclude surgeons because someone has died. Because you could go to a surgeon with the best track record in the world. Like they could have 1,000 surgeries and they have all gone successfully. And sis, this is gonna sound harsh, but you could be 1,001 and not make it out that room. Like that's just the truth. Be sure that you are disclosing everything to your doctor. Everything before you walk into that surgery room. Because at that point, once the lights go up, anything can happen. And your chances are far better if your doctor knows what they're walking into. Number 7 is just be confident in your decision and be excited about your decision. So like I said, right now I am 6 days pre-op and I'm so excited. I don't even think I can sleep tonight now that I've made it under a week. I'm definitely confident in my surgeon and my surgeon's abilities. I am so excited to see what I'm gonna look like on the other side, but I did wanna come and give you guys this video, hopefully to help you guys make the decisions for yourself. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't, please follow me on Instagram at KingKLive or my surgery page at Hassan_Goddess. But until the next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Mwah! See you later.